You know, Shogun 2 is something of a really underrated title when it comes to modding. What you're seeing here right now is Pike and Shot Total War, and it is looking absolutely amazing. It feels like a new game, a new setting that I really wish CA would have done. Now, I'm not so drawn towards the Pike and Shot era, but even I can appreciate the fact that the modders have done an absolutely fantastic job in bringing this era alive. They've done a really great job. And you're about to see here, you're going to see factions from the Ottomans to the Polish to the French, hopefully a bit of the Spanish as well. But honestly, if this is the level of quality that we're getting in terms of Total War modding for the next 5 years, then just imagine what it's going to be like in 10 years, right? Imagine the mods of Rome Total War, but now imagine the bigger mods of newer Total War providing you hours and hours of endless content with you doing so much more. And you can obviously see that there is no campaign right now. The game is fully focused on multiplayer. They will have a 80 years war, which means they'll add the Persians and all of that stuff as a multiplayer element. And in terms of campaign right now, there isn't much of a focus. There is a focus, but it's going to be made much later. Right now, you can see that there's a variety of maps, or maybe it's the maps that I've downloaded, but there's a variety of maps that you can use, and it just looks absolutely amazing. Now, this is a global modification of Shogun 2, which is basically meant to create, a realistic representation of the 16th to 17th century warfare in Europe. I believe it starts roughly around 1618, ends at around 1721. But what you're seeing here right now is so visually engaging. Its battles make the Pike and era transform into a really different scenario. And obviously, I honestly wish for a campaign map right now. I honestly wish that we would have more custom cities in the future so that we can actually fight in the actual sieges, because this is great for multiplayer. While this is multiplayer focused, I believe there's a lot of balance. A lot of unit rosters have been finished. The Ottomans and the Poles also have been recently finished, and it's just amazing in every single aspect. Likewise, there's a ton of factions. You've got the Habsburgs, you've got Kingdom of Spain, Bavaria, Sweden, France, the Commonwealth, the Ottoman Empire. You've got so many more factions coming in the future. You'll have Brandenburg, Prussia. You've got the Duchy of Savoy, Papal States, Serene Republic of Venice. These are just a number of factions that are planned. And as you can see, the battles visually engage in your eyes. As you can see all of it, you think to yourself, is this the level of quality I'm getting here? What is this I'm playing? This feels like a new Total War game, and I'll repeat this time and time again. There's also a lot of changes to battle mechanics, the way battles are fought. For the purposes of this video, I didn't really focus too much on tactics, but here's the thing. If you're fighting in Pike and Shot, you're not going to send your pikes first or your musketeers first. You're going to send, more or less tactical wise. So you send your musketeers, and then you send your pikes. You don't send them separately, because let's say musketeers are vulnerable to obviously cavalry, pikes are vulnerable to flanks. So think of it as if you're fighting a Rome 2 battle almost. As in, if you're going to send phalanxes forward, you're obviously going to send your skirmishers forward. It's a basic doctrine, right? You're going to send your light infantry forward, and then you send your main infantry forward, but they can also be vulnerable as well. So keep that in mind. And artillery is powerful, but you got to really place it in areas where it needs to fire the most. You can't just send XYZ into XYZ. You have to send piecemeal by piecemeal, but slowly engage. It's like a battle of chess. That's what Pike and Shot feels to me. A slow battle of chess, a battle of evolution, and also it feels like the revival of phalanx warfare. That was, back in the days of the Romans and Greek, it felt like that. But of course, it's not a revitalization, it's just how warfare has changed and evolved. That is what Pike and Shot Total War delivers, and it makes you fight realistic battles and you can play in the multiplayer. You can go and join the Discord of the developers, give them the support they need. By joining their Discord, you give them the support. By liking and downloading the mod on ModDB, you also help them as well. So damage, morale system, units and battle behavior all of play a factor. Plus you have historically accurate formations in battles, and you'll notice this, that when you fight, let's say the Turks or against the Poles or the Swedes against the French or whatever it is, they will have different style of formations. They also have historically accurate costumes. So you do have color on the battlefield to help you identify which are your ranged infantry and which are not. Also, the music is absolutely fantastic. The music actually fits the mod. There's a lot of great sounding weapon noises. Now, obviously, I won't show it in the video, but when you actually play the mod, you will find it that way. And also, multiplayer battles allow you to take up to 80 units per player, so you can literally engage in some massive battles. You have to keep your units close to each other, you don't stretch them, and you maintain your reserves. It is the main thing is your infantry has maneuverability, but it doesn't have enough, and your cavalry can be devastating as well. That's what I also learned, when I was playing the mod, that cavalry play a big impact. Your gun cavalry, I call them gun cavalry, but basically cavalry that can shoot, or dragoons, I would call them in that sense. They are effective. They can shoot really well. Your musketeers or your arquebusiers, I don't know how to say, but your musketeers or whatever it is, your missile infantry can fire really well, and they need to be used properly. Your pikes need to be, they're like the tanks of this battlefield in the 17th century, more or less. Also, if you want to organize multiplayer battles, if you have the multiplayer battles and you want to do it, join the Discord. It's going to be great. Look, all I'm going to be saying here is this is quality Total War. This is what Total War should be striving for, and I believe I just want Total War to make more stuff like this. People want a Medieval 3. People want a Pike and Shot Total War. I for one would love a global epic campaign map ranging all the way from, let's say, England to India, which we have with the Old World mod. At the end, you might want to check out Pope John Paul, who is covering Pike and Shot Total War. He does absolutely amazing commentaries, and I for one would thoroughly recommend, because he gives the mod a great overview. There's Terminator Total War. Obviously, I'll link the video down below. They've they've all done an amazing job highlighting the mod. Now, I might be a bit late to the stage, but honestly, when a mod like this offers you quality, when a mod like this offers you thousands of units, hours of replayability, hours of fun and action and doing whatever you want to do, then why not try out this mod? Why not give this mod the love it deserves? Let's support the developers and let's help them, with the development of the campaign map. And that's what's gonna, I think, almost kind of happen in a way when let's say Dawnless Days is finished. Because with the achievement of Dawnless Days, alright, once they complete the entire campaign map, they've done everything, then this opens up the potential for other mods to get their own custom campaign map, etc. Now imagine fighting this battle, what you see in here, on a campaign map, on a custom campaign map for Shogun 2. And I've already highlighted fantastic mods such as the Fall of the Dragon Empire that's coming for Shogun 2, which has, 19th century warfare, all the things that I want Total War to do, and I hope they do in the future. But when you see this, you think to yourself, wow, this is the future of Total War. 2023 may have been a tough year for Total War, but what we're having here right now, in terms of mods, mod may come in the future for future Total War projects, could be anything. So this is a fantastic mod. Download it and you will have a great time playing it. Organize multiplayer matches as you see fit. So don't forget to leave a like, share, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.